Alright, what's up everyone, it's Roder Bet speaking, bringing a betting strategy transparent and consistent for you. In this video I'll be covering the results for UFC Fight Night Lewis versus Oleinik. I apologize for the delay. I wanted to record this video yesterday, didn't have quite time to record it. Nonetheless, I wanted to make sure that I recorded it so you guys can track to see how I went and to keep the track here, okay? So I'll be covering real quick how the fights went, not in detail. Some of them I didn't watch, but the main purpose here is to see how I did it, and hopefully you guys also on the bets, okay? Again, if you don't know the channel, please take a look into the description. There is the intro video where I explain the spreadsheet, or I explain what is consistency, what is the betting strategy, and the transparency that I mentioned. Okay, so let's get right into it. Before, don't forget to like and subscribe, okay? Also support the channel to keep it running. Please share with your friends, okay? Awesome, guys. So this is basically the results that I had for the card, okay? So let me go one by one here. Some of them, like I said, I didn't watch. For example, first fight I didn't watch, Rivera versus Alkaisi. I thought it was a very close fight. What I said in the breakdown before the fight, basically it was tough for me to call. I favored Rivera because of some toughness that I see from him, from tenacity, but Alkaisi also had a well-rounded game, so I decided not to bet this one. I think it was good to avoid it, even though Rivera won it, you know. It was a risky pick and bet since Rivera didn't have a good line, okay? So the next one, Youssef Zalal, Peter Barrett. I bet Barrett because I saw so much of toughness from his side, you know. I think he did fairly well in the fight. What I think actually influenced him a lot was that first strike of Zalal was a spinning back kick to his face that dropped the guy. You know, after that, I'm not sure he was himself in the fight. He kind of pressured, he tried. Zalal showed his technical superiority, which I knew, but I think Barrett would put much more pressure on Zalal. But you know, after taking a clean spinning back kick on the face, you know, getting knocked down, it's super tough to get back, you know. So yeah, I think it was not a bad bet. Still, this was one that I missed. Next one, Gavin Tucker, Justin James. I bet Tucker because I saw so much potential on him, and Justin James, even though I haven't seen much footage, I saw just some hooks from him, maybe some wrestling. I think James didn't fight that bad, but ultimately Tucker, you know, his size, his speed, his technique was a little bit superior. He also threw more straight punches, so that gave him the notch. Also, if you followed this event, the line changed so much from 2.7 or even 3 here, or plus 200, plus 170. This came nearly a pick and fight. I increased my bets on Tucker. I didn't change this number because that's what I shared with you guys, but I took a larger stab on Tucker because I thought it was worth it, you know. So going into future scenarios, if you want to take this into account, since this number raised a little bit, I will raise my bets, okay? The same happened to Wellington Turman versus Andrew Sanchez. This line also moved. I think Turman came to 1.7. This is probably minus 130, 140, I don't know. I increased a little bit. I think I went to 3% on Turman, but this one I lost, obviously. This fight, I think Sanchez landed early, and this was good for him. Actually, Sanchez started off with a good strategy. He clinched. He made Turman think. You know, he didn't leave much space for the guy to work, and I think this got a little bit into Turman's head. If you know Turman, he's super young, and you can never, you know, count a young guy, you know, 22 years old from Brazil in this case, coming to the UFC. It's tough, you know, to get pressured and not to get your A around. I think this influenced a bit, but hands off to Sanchez, landed good strikes also. They brawled a little bit. I think Turman also landed. If this had gone to second or third round, maybe Turman would come on top. But yeah, this was another one that I missed. I don't think the bet was bad because I really thought that Turman would be able to pressure him, but Sanchez showed his good strategy in the fight. Okay, I think also you guys know that Sanchez he's in a great camp. I think that also helps a lot. So yeah, maybe what I could have done here, maybe less amount of money on the not newcomer, no, but the very young guy. Nasrat Hakparas versus Alex Munoz. Did not watch the fight because I didn't bet, so I didn't care much about watching. But Hakparas, I think he did well. I saw Munoz shooting a lot, which what I said in my breakdown was that I saw Hakparas with difficulty against wrestlers, so I'm kind of curious to see this fight. But since I was quite short on time, I didn't watch. So this fight, the next fight didn't take place, which was Chikadze versus Caceres, coming up another card. Mins versus Staropoli. This fight was quite interesting. I bet Mins, and I got it, but I didn't like much what I saw from Mins. I think Mins is in a decline. I knew that, but to me he didn't fight well. He kind of hanged out in the pocket, was trading with Staropoli, not moving his feet, At some point his experience showed up, what I liked about him was the clinch, he surprised a little bit. He was able to clinch to take Staropoli down, but he kind of traded fire for fire against a young fighter, and Tim Mins has eaten so much shots through his career. I don't think it was smart from his. Still, he got the win. I'm happy with that. But yeah, not kind of surprised me this brawling style of teams. Not that I didn't knew that he could brawl, but I think he would fight smarter. You know what I'm saying? Benil Dariush vs Scott Holtzman. This line also moved pretty well. Holtzman went to 2.28. I actually increased my bet on this one, but I didn't make it. This fight was also interesting. I think both guys fought well. It was a good fight, and I'm happy with my bet, even though I lost, because Dariush, he brawled, and we know Dariush's chin. Holtzman also landed, but Dariush, he's tough, man. He's a fighter, and he doesn't care, He gets hit, he feels it, but he throws down. He throws even harder, and we know his potential. But I do think that he could have gotten knocked out. So I think it was a good bet in Holtzman. I didn't put that much money, so I'm happy with that also. 1% is very little. So I think it was a good bet. I probably increased this to 2% in my end, but yeah, at this line I think was a good strategy. That's what matters, right, guys? I'm not saying that I'm always gonna get right, as you guys know, but I think what matters here is to get the analysis right and play with the odds, to my favor, and that's what I mean by consistency. Okay, just a parenthesis there. Yana Kunitskaya versus Yulia Storyalenko. This was I bet a little bit larger even in Kunitskaya, but I kept here, to be honest with you guys, and not changing these numbers. Also, I haven't seen this fight, but I think Kunitskaya did basically what I thought she would do, which is clinch and keep Storyalenko on her heels, keep it busy. I think she did it, and I'm happy with the bet and the win. Stewart versus Maki Pitolo. Actually, Pitolo surprised me here. This was he showed some wrestling there. He strode down with Stewart. He was there to win the fight. Had I seen that, maybe I would even have bet Pitolo. I don't know, but Stewart showed his physicality. Maybe that's what made him win the fight. He kind of put his head down and throw heavy hooks. It was a risky thing to do. I thought he would be more technical, more straight punches, keep it on the outside, good kicks. Didn't do that quite well, but he got the nod, So the physicality here took place, and I think it's definitely some factor always, Chris Weidman versus Omari Akhmedov. This was my biggest bet on the card. As you guys can see, I was pretty confident on Weidman. I said that on the video. Akhmedov surprised me a little bit when he took Weidman down. He was able to land. I knew he could land, but I was not sure he would be able to take Weidman down, or at least not stay much on top of him. He got the second round. I was kind of worried if he would win the fight, but Weidman showed his championship heart, that snatch single, the superior grappling. So I'm happy with the win and with the bet. Lewis versus Oleinik. I didn't bet the fight. Actually, a line interesting that came up I didn't bet was Lewis by TKO at even money. You know, I thought it was, I wanted the plus money, so I didn't bet. Because I foresee a little bit Oleinik getting some submission or something, but Lewis, he fought a good fight. He was able to stay a little bit on top of Oleinik. He was able to escape the submission, one or two, but still, he fought well. I got surprised positively with Derek Lewis. If I knew it, I probably would have gotten that straight bet on him at plus money for TKO. Still, I think it was a good card. It's not the ideal one, but actually the card was very entertaining. I like a lot the fights, but I'm saying in terms of my results, it was not bad, but obviously this is not my goal, but I'm just showing you guys. So I risked 22.5%. I got back almost 30%, so this is 7.37 profit. So I didn't quite make my losses here since I'm with you guys. In terms of the picks, this was a great pick. Pick 90% of the fights right. On the juice betting the juice, I got 75%. The dog 50%. So this was pretty good. This was wanted more, of course. Not pretty good. I think 80% plus is good. This should be coming closer to 70% to make it worth it. It was no high confident bet. Median, I got all of them median confident bets. I got them, so it's good. It came 10% of profit from there, and the difference came from 3% loss on low confident bets. Okay, so these are the charts. I also added here, even though I'm not commenting because of time, basically. Dana White Contender Series Week 1. I also bet this card. I have the video online, so take a look into that. Basically, I came out even. Okay, and in terms of the performance, on July was one event. I lost near 20%, and here I'm. I think this is not catching the entire thing, right? But for August, I'm. Sorry about this, okay, guys. Because on August, I'm positive 9.37%. So still 10% in that. Okay, I will fix this chart. All right. That being said, that's it. Okay. So hope you guys like the picks, like the bets, and stay tuned for the next chapters. Until then, this is Roder MMA Bet, bringing consistency, strategy, and transparency to you. Okay, have a good one.